Porn Reboot. How long until I feel better? I'm Dr. Trish Leigh. Let's break it down. This is always the question, and I'm going to try to give you an actual answer because I know people don't like it when I don't give them an actual answer. But in my defense, this is the hardest question to answer because it's so variable depending upon the person. So, in all truth, depending upon how much control you have over your brain, you could be out from underneath this thing quickly. And that depends on your neurological regulation skills and your self-regulation skills. But for most people, you will start feeling the changes the next day. Unfortunately, they may not feel good to you. So the question is, when am I going to feel better? Typically, we have to wait for some of that unwiring to happen. And as your brain starts to unwire, you might feel worse. That's withdrawals that occur because of tolerance that has built up. And we know that when it comes to compulsive pornography use, it is very similar to drug addiction, where the nervous system in the brain builds a tolerance and it needs higher and higher levels, and thus there's withdrawal symptoms when you take that neurochemical dump out of the brain. So the brain's not getting the neurochemical release on the schedule that it's used to, and those are the withdrawal symptoms. But even though it's hard, recognize you feel that way because your brain is changing. So the minute you feel worse, you know it's working. Now, I know that might not make you feel better, but it's true. So you can use those first pangs of discomfort and brain fog and urges. You can use that as a litmus test to tell you my brain is starting to change. And usually that's within a day. So if you're feeling worse, stay the course, because if you can do it, you will ultimately get to the other side where you start feeling better. So that is different for different people. But typically when, let's just say, it depends, let me tell you the couple factors it depends on. Frequency of going back for porn or masturbation, because that's going to give you the neurochemical release. Intensity, if it's super intense, it's going to give you this massive neurochemical release. If you're consistent, if it's long, so let's just say you're watching it every day for 2 hours, that's going to give you more consistent neurochemical release. All those factors matter. So the more of those factors that you have going on, the longer the time it's going to take. And then people's brains are just different too. We have, fast shifting brains. Most people have medium shifting brains, and then some people have slow shifting brains. So there's a bunch of variables in there. But if you start to feel worse, know that it's working, and that on the other side of that, you're going to start feeling better, because you're also going to change your routines, your habits, your thoughts, your actions, your feelings, your reactions. You're going to pivot. You're going to hardwire in a new, better brain pattern, and that's going to make it so that you feel better faster. That's the whole idea behind brain training, coupled to unwiring by not going back to engage in the habit. When you're changing your brain in the positive direction, at the same time that you're unwiring your brain, it happens faster. And I see it all the time with people that when I start working with people in coaching, they couldn't resist the urge and they'd go on a bender, the week before I worked with them. Then a month later, the same opportunity presents itself, but they have the ability to control their brain and to self-regulate and to not engage in that, which means that their brain was able to neurologically regulate, and they start feeling better and better. So that can happen in a day or two, but for most people, it happens over the course of, I'll say, the first 3 weeks, but of course that's variable too, that on a daily basis you might feel worse first, but then you'll start feeling better because you'll start gaining strength, especially if you're doing the rewiring part. If you're just unwiring, then that will take longer because you're just counting on unwiring and you're not doing anything to rewire. So you can rewire through your thoughts and your actions and your feelings. And so there's other videos where I try to guide you in dissecting how you think and feel in any given moment, what those thoughts and feelings are doing for your brain, what need they're serving, and then go meet that need in a healthy way. That's going to help you to rewire without the brain training aspect. But of course, when you train your brain, things will move faster in the right direction. So I'm going to give you a short answer, but it's arbitrary, is that you'll probably feel worse within a day and you'll probably feel better within a week. Okay, I hope this helps you out. And if you're looking for help on your journey, go check out drtrishleigh.com. I have a variety of programs that we can work with each other if you need support. Okay, and remember, control your brain or it'll control you.